gentlemen, I'm sorry not to be with you in person as I had to make my way back to Boston, and I'm right now in a plane on my way to Oregon. I've chosen two passages, one passage in the middle of the book and the other one is part of the conclusion. And I did have a debate whether I should do half and half English and French, but I've decided to do it as the book that did win the prize, and I humbly thank you for that. And so I'll read from the English version, the original version. Later on the afternoon of 1 May, I had my first meeting with the leaders of the Interamway. I had made my way to the diplomats, jostling through the ubiquitous roadblocks, drunken and downright mad militiamen, and hundreds of children jumping around, all excited among today's kills. These kids were being edged on to throw stones at our vehicles and yell at us as we stopped for the militiamen to open the gate. I had tried to anesthetize myself to the ethical and moral dimensions of meeting with the génocidaires, recognizing that if they refused to assist in the transfers, I might not ever get anyone out. Arriving at the hotel, I took the bullets out of my pistol, just in case the temptation to shoot them was too extreme. And then I went in. The three young men Bagasora introduced me to had no particular distinguishing features. I think I was expecting frothing at the mouth, but the meeting was held with humans. Until now, these men had never figured in any official discussions. They had been perceived as gang leaders, punks, criminals. However, today they had been asked to meet me in a formal series of discussions on security. They had come of age, and they conveyed a certain cockiness as they greeted me. I remember smiling at them, with my heart pounding so hard I was sure they could see it. I nearly lost my composure when I noticed that the middle guy's open-collared white shirt was spattered with dried blood. There were still flecks of it on his right arm as we shook hands. I moved on before I could think. Robert Kajuga was the president of the National Interamway. Kajuga proposed putting some of his youth with us as we patrolled our different protected sites. "We are at your disposal," he insisted. He also said that he had sensitized all their people to stop the massacres near our protected sites and some of the routes. I could not believe my ears. He had actually blurted out the fact that they were doing the killings. I thanked them for their support, for demonstrating such sense of cooperation. They nearly burst their shirts with pride. Whether they were telling the truth regarding the intentions, I could not be sure. But it was clear that they responded very well to flattery. After about 25 minutes of this, I had had enough. Delighted with the turn of events, Bizimungu thanked me and returned the compliment I did, shaking all their hands. What a sick event. I walked out of the hotel and past the RGF guards without even looking, at odds with myself about what had just happened. At least now I had proof that they were all singing from the same song sheet. The links between the army, the Interamway, and the interim government were real. On the way back to the force headquarters, I felt that I had shaken the hands of the devil. We had actually exchanged pleasantry. I had given him an opportunity to take pride in his disgusting work. I felt guilty of evil deeds myself, since I had actually negotiated with him. My stomach was ripping me apart about whether I had done the right thing. I would only know when the first transfer would actually happen. As soldiers, we have been used to moving mountains to protect our own sovereignty or risk to our way of life. In the future, we must be prepared to move beyond national self-interest to spend our resources and spill our blood for humanity. We have lived through centuries of enlightenment, reason, revolution, industrialization, and globalization. No matter how idealistic the aim sounds, this new century must become the century of humanity, when we as human beings rise above race, creed, color, religion, and national self-interest, and put the good of humanity above the good of our own tribe. For the sake of the children in our future, peu ce que veut, allons-y. Thank you very much.